What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we got rid of the Tundra. We now have a 2023 Sequoia TRD Pro. No, I'm just kidding. We still have the Tundra, but I want to give a huge thank you to Toyota of Scranton. They actually, my buddy Corey, who I buy all my trucks from, sent me a message earlier today. I was on my way to work, actually. He said, hey, do you want to come pick up the Sequoia, take it for a while, give a little review on it, test drive it, and see what you think? Of course, I was happy to oblige. So stay tuned. We're going to take this thing for a little spin. We're going to give you a walk around. I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on comparison to the TRD Pro Tundra that you guys are used to seeing here on the channel. Can't wait to put this thing through its paces a little bit. Let's get in, take it for a ride, and I'll give you my opinion. All right, guys, we are pulling out of the parking lot. First time in a Sequoia. Pulling out of Toyota of Scranton here. Let's take this thing for a little spin. I will say, when I started this thing up, I don't know if it was just a cold start thing or whatever. I'm not exactly sure about the exhaust system. Oh, let me put my belt on. I almost forgot here. Man, it just seemed to have a little bit more of a growl. And again, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seemed to have a little bit more of a growl than the Tundra. So let me do a little, I'll look into that a little bit, make sure that, you know, there's not really much of a difference. It just seemed a little bit of a deeper growl to me as far as the sound of the exhaust when I first turned this thing on. So let's go. I'm pretty pumped up. This is the vehicle I wanted my wife to get in the worst way. So there's a good chance I might be asking her if she wants to trade in the Highlander. Let's go for a little spin. So obviously, initial first impressions, the cockpit is really extremely similar to the Tundra. So not much there, which I am going to do a walk around. I'll show it to you in case you've never seen a Tundra or a Sequoia in person. I'll give you a really good look here. But I will say, man, like when I hit it, I mean, you know, my Tundra definitely has no shortage of power either. But I gotta be honest, guys, I love this new engine from Toyota. I know the reliability thing, people still have lots of questions on that, and honestly, only time is gonna tell there. But this will pin you to your seat a little bit when you hit that gas, you know, and really kind of floor it. It'll throw you back a little bit. One other thing that I'm noticing right off the bat, we haven't even gone 2 miles yet here, and it doesn't feel like, looking at the Sequoia from the outside, and this was part of the reason my wife actually didn't want a Sequoia. She didn't want something that just felt like massive, or, you know, she always says she doesn't want to drive a boat. I gotta be honest, for a decent sized SUV, this doesn't really feel like that at all. Again, we'll see by the end of this test drive, we're gonna hit the highway a little bit, and, you know, obviously put it through its paces here for a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna say right off the bat, oh Jesus, man, this thing just wants to go. Yeah, I don't really feel like I'm driving a boat. Like, I gotta be honest, I was expecting for a pretty good sized SUV here, you know, I was expecting to maybe feel like you were just in a tank or something. But again, I'm coming from the Tundra, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I really don't feel like this Sequoia is just massive, and it's, you know, you can't really maneuver it or anything. So we'll see what happens by the time we're finished up here with it. But yeah, so far so good. All right, guys, we are pulling onto an expressway here. Let's hit it a little bit and see. Man, for a decent sized vehicle, it's got some get up. Super smooth too, just like the Tundra. That's one thing I you know, if you've been around the channel and kind of follow my videos, the Tundra, the suspension on that TRD Pro, I love it, which is why I haven't lifted it yet. We're eventually going to do that on the Tundra, but it's why I haven't lifted it yet, and I'm not in a rush to lift it or mess with the suspension, because the ride is just so smooth. And I will say, so far, obviously we're not off-roading here, but very, very smooth ride on the Sequoia, very comfortable. All right, so we just pulled into a local park. Let me flip this camera around. We'll go over some of the interior features here, do a little bit of a walk around. So if you've seen a new Tundra, very, very similar layout. if not almost identical, honestly. As far as the cup holders, I did notice in the Sequoia TRD Pro, they have the cup holders like this with the cover. Like that. I believe the Tundra Platinum in 1794 have it that way. The Tundra TRD Pro that we have our cup holders go the other way without the cover. So that's a slight difference that I noticed. But the buttons up here, basically all identical. You have your backup assist there, your different camera views, which the camera views, if you saw that short off-roading video I put on the channel, that camera view, the camera system in these vehicles are phenomenal. And then you have all the way over here to your rear locker. So again, basically very similar, if not almost identical to the Tundra that you've seen on the channel here. Up here, you can control the rear climate separately right there. So that's pretty neat for the passengers in the back. It is third row seating, which we'll obviously give you a look at. As far as the console right here in front of us, again, very similar to the Tundra. I'll just kind of quickly go through, you know, the options. You can scroll down, and this is for hooking up a trailer. There's your tire pressure, all that good stuff. Here's all your settings on the truck. So again, very, very similar to the Tundra. I'm not going to go into much detail right there because it's basically identical. So, all right, you can customize the right side of what's over there. Let me show you that real quick because that's something that I've seen people ask about. So if we scroll down to customize right side, you can change. So right now you see we have the boost gauges in there. So you can change it to your pitch and roll. You can change it to tow gauges. So just a couple options there on the screen. Again, just like the Tundra. All right. We have our same window controls. You can lock your mirrors from automatically folding in if you want them to always be out. Your TRD light bar button down there. Over here we have your drive mode selector, the tow haul, your multi-terrain select, and then your downhill assist and your crawl control. This does have, as far as driving modes, you can see you get your eco, normal, or sport. All right. So again, basically identical to the Tundra. Up here is your panoramic moonroof controls. You have your hatch release right there. So let me give you a look at the rest of this, the middle row and the third row, and then we'll do a little walk around of the outside. One other thing I want to point out is, if you guys know, I've mentioned it in a couple of my videos, this does not have the safe, and I got to be honest, we have the safe in our Tundra TRD Pro. I'm not going to lie, I actually kind of like this area without the safe. I may take that out of my truck, but just to give you a look at, you know, it's nice and roomy. You have a couple charging ports right there. I think I like that better without the safe in it, so we may actually take that out of the truck. Okay, coming into the middle row, you get your two cockpit seats here. My wife has them in the XSE, the Highlander XSE. My kids love it. I personally do as well. Very comfortable. Armrest obviously go up and down. Very, very roomy. Down here you have some your climate control options for the passengers. Charging ports, you get your AC 120 volt charging plug right there. Lots of room. Very, very nice. And the other thing I'm noticing too, which I'm not gonna lie, I wish I actually had on the truck, the Sequoia TRD Pro comes with the window shades. I'm not sure why they didn't put that on the Tundra. I really kind of wish I had them. Now the windows are tinted, of course, on our truck, but that would be kind of nice for the kids in the back. But as far as these seats, they do obviously, I'm trying to do this one-handed, so it might be a little tough, but they do recline forward and back. And to release them or bring them forward, all you do is come down here. If you push that lever, you can see they pop up right out of the way. So again, lots of options. Very, very roomy if you need to have anything in the back here. I'll show you the rear seats. The rear seats are actually power, which is pretty cool. There's a button right here and also in the rear, so I'll show you. If we press it down, you can see that rear seat is automatically coming down. Okay, pretty cool. If we push it up, it'll go back up. And you could also adjust this lever right here. You can slide them, you can slide the two. It's a 60-40 split, so the 60 over there, the side and the middle are all one, and then this over here is one. So you can slide this side forward or backwards, or I don't know if you can see it, there's another handle there for the 60 on that side. You can slide forward and backwards. So pretty cool. Let's take a look at the back. All right, here we are at the tailgate. You can see this piece right here. If you see these grooves, there's different levels. So it's just a cover if you have something back here that you don't want anybody to see looking through the windows or anything. You can take this cover here. It's on the lowest setting, but you can raise it up to this spot or this spot. You have another AC 120 volt switch right there, or I'm sorry, plug right there. And then here are the other switches that I mentioned for the 60-40 split. So if we push down, you can see the 40 is going down. Same thing for the 60. Automatically goes down. So that's pretty cool. And I will say, when you put these two down, and then if we went ahead and released the two cockpit seats in the middle and popped them up, you have a ton of room back here for cargo. That's pretty cool. I also just noticed, which I didn't see that earlier, there's a charging port right there. You have buttons right there to adjust the seats here in the rear. You also have window shades for these back windows. So yeah, they really kind of paid attention to detail. You have your vents up here, of course, for your heating or cooling, for your climate control. So very, very nice. I'm not going to lie, I'm really wishing I talked my wife into this. We love our Highlander, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this Sequoia is pretty sweet. Let's see what this does here. Oh yeah, so you could actually slide the seats forward and back from this location. There's a handle there, a handle there. Lots of little minor details I'm kind of noticing as we're doing this walk around. I love this thing. I may be having a conversation with the wife tonight. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. So here's what I meant. You can take this cover and put it up higher. It was down low before. I apologize if the wind is blowing in the mic, guys. It's kind of windy out here, so I'm trying to block it the best I can. But yeah, you can take this up high, and also a middle setting right there. All right, so let's take a look at room. Here I am in the middle row, the cockpit seats. My back is all the way up against the seat here, and I'm just shy of 6 foot. I'm 5'11" and a half, and yes, I'm taking that ½ inch. All right, so basically you can see I'm not hitting the top. I do have, I'm not sure how much room is up there, maybe a couple inches or so, but again, I'm just shy of 6 foot, and I'm fitting back here comfortably. Leg room is more than enough, definitely. And I have the driver's seat is pushed back pretty far. So yeah, definitely roomy. Decent amount of headroom. You know, if you're somebody who's 6.5 feet back here, you might be bumping a little bit up there. But you know, for an average size guy, plenty of room back here. Nice and comfortable. And again, these seats, I'll show you now that I have both hands free. By pulling that lever I showed you, you know, you can recline and go forward with these cockpit seats. So let's jump on the third row. See how it fits. See how it feels back there. All right, guys, here we are in the third row, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually pretty impressed with the room back here. Again, I'm a decent sized guy, and usually third row seating, I keep comparing to our Highlander because that's what we have. The third row, it's a little cramped. Honestly, it's perfect. It's perfect for the kids, but for full size adults, it is a little bit cramped in the third row of the Highlander. This Sequoia, I have plenty of room here. I mean, I'm sitting here comfortable. As I mentioned, you could, you know, pull the seats forward and backwards. I do have them all the way in the back position. The buttons over here that I showed you, that's power to lean back and forward. But yeah, there is, for third row, it's pretty impressive back here. Tons of room. Headroom, of course, it's a little bit tight. I am all the way back up against the seat, and you know, at almost 6 foot, I'm just almost rubbing there. But again, for third row, you know, you can't expect miracles back here at this size of a vehicle. So love the charging ports back here. Love the fact that they have these window covers even here in the rear. Yeah, I am definitely impressed with this Sequoia. So let's do a walk around of the outside of the vehicle. We'll give you a quick look at that. I'll show you the window sticker, and yeah, we'll drive it a little bit more and see if there's anything else that I noticed with it that I want to share with you. Let's do it. All right, guys, so before we even do the walk around of the exterior, I'm sure this is what everybody wants to see. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at all the options. But bottom line on this Sequoia TRD Pro, $79,341. Now, as far as markups, there's nothing listed here, but I honestly, I'm full disclosure, I don't know what they're doing there. There's nothing listed, but I don't want to say there isn't one because I honestly don't know at this point. Okay, so again, pause if you want to take a look at any of the options there, but let's do a little bit of a walk around. This thing is gorgeous. If you guys remember when I first bought my TRD Pro Tundra, Solar Octane was actually my original first choice. Now, I am glad we ended up with the Lunar Rock, all said and done, but this Solar Octane, when you see it in person, you can look at pictures and videos all you want, but when you see this color in person, it is just stunning. Okay, so really similar to the Tundra. We have our Heritage grille here with the light bar in the front, the auto-adjusting LED headlights with, of course, the daytime running lights, sequential turn signals. You can see we have the fog lights down below, parking sensors all the way across the front. You have your camera, your TSS, the camera right there, sorry. Trying to do this one-handed. Same thing, we have the marker lights just like on the Tundra. That say TRD in there. Nice little touch from Toyota. So that's a good look from the front. Do a little walk around the side here. 18-inch BBS forged wheels, just like the Tundra. You have your marker lights on the fender flares there, which they are that tactical camo pattern as well. Give you a look, you can see the Fox suspension in there. Nice big beefy TRD Pro sway bar. Of course, you get the TRD skid plate in there as well. I'm not sure how well you can see it in there, but all of the features that, you know, pretty much come standard on the TRD Pro. We have the factory running boards on this. I would put a set of sliders on this for sure, but they do look good on there. I would just put a set of sliders on there just for extra protection, because I would be taking this off-road just like we are going to do with the truck. But this thing is gorgeous. Roof rack up on top, you can see there. I love like the blacked out badging, Sequoia right there. Just looks awesome with this orange TRD Pro. This Solar Octane is definitely a special color. You have your, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's the blue outline there because, of course, it's a hybrid. You have your dual tip exhaust down in there, which again, I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's, I can't imagine it's a different exhaust from the Tundra, but when I first turned this thing on, now I'm not talking about that internal noise that we all know Toyota pumps through the stereo. I was outside the vehicle when it first started up, and it just sounded deeper to me over the Tundra. I don't know. If you guys know, comment down below so everybody can kind of get an answer, and maybe I'll check with Toyota when I get back there. But yeah, I just, I don't know why. It just sounded a little bit deeper than my Tundra exhaust. So again, just a stunning SUV. I could just imagine this blacked out with the windows tinted, and man, I really wish I was able to talk my wife into going this route instead of the Highlander. We love our Highlander, but this is just a different level. There you go, guys. There you have it. The tires, again, the same wheels as the Tundra, 18-inch BBS forged. Tires are looks like 285 65 18 Falcon Wild Peak AT. All right, there you have it, the exterior of a 2023 Sequoia TRD Pro in Solar Octane. Let's take a look at the power plant. So of course it's a hybrid system. We have the twin turbo V6 pumping out 437 horses. The torque is 583, I believe. The iForce Max. V6 twin turbo. Nice and clean, and this is a blast to drive. So there's a look at the engine bay for you. Nice and clean because she's brand new. So there you have a good look at the interior and exterior of the Sequoia TRD Pro 2023 year model. I absolutely love this vehicle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gonna be talking to my wife later on to see if I can maybe change her mind on the whole Highlander versus Sequoia idea. If it was up to me, this would be sitting in our driveway or garage next to my Tundra for sure. Not sure how that conversation is going to go. Hopefully I'll get out of it without a divorce, but it's worth a shot. So we are pulling back in. We're going to pick up the Tundra. I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Toyota of Scranton and Corey for contacting me and letting me take this thing for a little bit, do a nice little test drive and review for you guys. Check them out, contact them. They took care of me when it came to my Tundra TRD Pro. They will go above and beyond to work out some numbers for you and hopefully make the best deal they can for you. So contact them at the information listed in this video. If you have any questions on the Sequoia, let me know. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, I will of course get them from Toyota for you. Let me know what you think about this Sequoia. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this thing. I love it. If I didn't have the Tundra, this would be my vehicle. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. As always, take care. We will see you on the next video. Peace.